friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. Today we are going to be doing a pick a card reading on who is your future spouse and how to manifest them into your life. So this is going to be a big one. We have quite the stack here. I also have some cards I am going to be shuffling on camera. So we have three options. Option number one is Gomez and Morticia with this sticker right here. Option number two is going to be Hades and Persephone with this beautiful image right there. And option number three is Phantom of the Opera, also known as Eric, and Christine from the Phantom of the Opera franchise, I guess you can say. But anyways, pause the video if you need to. Ask yourself which pile, or maybe piles, have a message for you. And let's talk about what to expect in this reading. All right, let's talk about the reading itself. So in this breakdown, I'm going to tell you exactly what my plan is for the reading. That way you know if this is something that you want to listen to or not. So we are going to start the reading by looking at you and your future spouse. We're going to look at your personality. We're going to look at more of the hidden aspects of the personality, anything and everything that wants to come through. We are then going to move into how will you meet this person? How will you connect to this person? We're going to look at their first impression of you and your first impression of them. So when you first meet, what's going on, what's going through your heads. We are going to look at what they will love about you, what you will love about them. We will then take a look at the signs and synchronicities that you're going to see when you are about to meet one another. We are going to take a look at why haven't you met this person yet? We are going to take a look at what can you do to speed up the process, if you will. And if anything, right? Sometimes it just takes time. Then we are going to look at messages from their higher self to you. And we are going to close the reading by getting some advice and just some more information about the reading. And we're also going to look at any chakras that you need to pay attention to. So if this sounds like a reading that would be beneficial to you, stick around and let's get started. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to Gomez and Morticia Adams. And we are going to place them right over here. Mr. Mummy. If only Mr. Mummy will hold them. There we go. So, as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown for this reading and for what to expect. So I highly recommend checking that out. But this is going to be a big one, guys. So let's jump in. We are going to start by looking at your energy. Then we are going to look at your person's energy. I also want to say, if you do not resonate here or here, this is probably not your reading. Try a different pile. Or if not, it could just be that this specific reading doesn't have a message for you, and that's okay. But my intention is that my viewer is on the left and that your future spouse is on the right. Let's get started. The Scorpion, the Oyster, and the Mermaid. Oh, okay. And then pile number one for your future spouse, we have the Camel. And we have the Bat. And we have Independence for their energy. So we are going to start by talking about my viewer, and I'm going to call you the Mermaid. I love the Mermaid energy. I'll call you the Mermaid. So for my pile number one, you are someone who is very passionate. You are someone who is very independent. You are someone that is probably very focused on career, or at the very least achieving your goals with the Scorpion energy here. You can be quite fierce. You are very driven. You are very persistent. You are not someone that gives up. You are not someone that walks away when things get rough. You keep going. For my pile number ones, for my mermaid person, you are probably someone where the harder the challenge, the more determined you are. You are someone who perseveres. With this combination here, you can also be very patient. Like with the scorpion, it's very interesting because there's almost this energy of impatience at times. But at the same time, you can be patient because you are not one to give up. So you may struggle with impatience at times, but you know how to keep going. Again, perseverance, determination. You're someone who is very aware of what it takes to get to where you want to be. And you are very willing to do what it takes to get to where you want to be. Now, I want to mention some signs because the scorpion is fire energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have the oyster, which the oyster is water energy, and that is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have the mermaid here. So kind of a double water. Some of you could be a fire and water combo when it comes to your primary three, which would be sun, moon, rising in your astrology chart. That doesn't necessarily have to be the case. But I want to mention it as extra confirmation if someone needs it. For my mermaid person, you are quite in touch with your emotions. You are quite aware of how you are feeling, but I don't necessarily get that you are someone that is always comfortable with the emotions as they come up. You are definitely not someone who shows your emotions to just anyone, especially with the scorpion energy. You tend to reserve those parts of yourself either for the people that are very close to you and the people that you trust, or for yourself. You're not someone who likes to really express everything that you are feeling and really share. It's almost like I'm seeing a deck of cards, like playing cards, and you keep your cards close to the chest. You don't want everyone to know everything about you. You don't want everyone to have access to the private parts of yourself. My scorpion person, you could absolutely be a introvert, or at the very least you do enjoy your time alone. You do enjoy going within, and I do feel for my viewer, right, because this is your energy. You are someone who, when it comes to dealing with things, when it comes to having to work through things, you really enjoy doing that for yourself, doing that on your own. You're not someone who is necessarily seeking out advice or support. And when you do, I should say, because obviously we all do at some point, it's from people that you really trust. You don't want people in your business. You don't want people to know what's going on with you. And there are things that you just don't feel comfortable with sharing, even with those that are very close to you. For my mermaid person here, there's a lot of passion here. There's also a lot of competitive energy to you. Again, you're not someone who's going to be kept down. You go for it. And you are represented by the oyster here. So a lot of inner happenings, if you will. You have a rich inner world that you don't necessarily share with everyone around you. And you can be very generous, but you're also not someone who is easily pushed around. I will say for my pile number ones, many of you do have a little bit of a tougher outer shell. Because when I laid these cards out, my intention was that the first card was more of what people saw about you, what you present into the world. And that the second card was more about the hidden self, more about the private self. So your feelings, your emotions, again, that's something that you keep to yourself. Your softness is something that you usually keep to yourself. You put out a stronger front, if you will. For some of my pile number ones, you are someone who can be misunderstood because people don't always necessarily get where you are coming from. And I will say, for some of you, it could be that like your sun is a fire sign, and then your rising is a fire sign, and your moon is the water sign. That's not going to be for everyone. Again, take it if it resonates. But for my mermaid person, what you are learning to do in this lifetime is learning to allow others to see your vulnerability. And I do think it takes a bit before you show those parts of yourself to others. For some of you, you work in a field where you have to be a little bit reserved. Like, this could be someone who is a therapist. This could be someone who is like a nurse, a doctor. This could be definitely, for some of you, you work with other people and you are in a helping profession, whatever that is, and you can't really necessarily show everything about yourself because you have to be there to be the support system. For others of you, it's not necessarily about what you do for work. It's just that's the energy that you operate under. But the thing is, you're very creative. You're very passionate. You are very definitely spiritual for this group. There's a lot of spirituality here for this group. And you can really be a deep person. You like deep conversations. You like to really get to know someone deeply. And in order for you to open up to someone, you have to get to know them deeply. At times, you can be a bit reserved and a little bit standoffish, especially when it's someone that is new, someone that you may not necessarily trust, if you will, or not necessarily know what they are about. And for some of you, this Scorpion energy, this face that you put out into the world, it's because somebody burned you, if you will. Now, I want to talk about your future spouse, this camel person. And again, it could be reversed, but my intention is that the future spouse is the camel person. So this is someone who is very independent and very resourceful. Your future spouse is someone who is also being represented, their outer self is being represented by fire, and their inner self is being represented by air. So we have the fire signs again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius being represented. And I would say with this independence card, I'm also kind of getting those same energies coming through with a possibility of some earth. So earth signs being Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So your person is very independent. This is someone who comes across as very calm and put together. There's something very grounding about your future spouse. This is not someone who is easily rattled, and this is not someone who is easily... It's very hard to get to them. Your future spouse is someone who is very aware of who they are, what they want, and what they represent. Your future spouse is very much, again, there's a calm disposition to this person, and it's very interesting because both of you are very good at putting up a little bit of a front, if you will. But I feel like my mermaid scorpion person, the front is to appear tougher. Whereas for my camel person, it's more of just this very grounded, stoic energy. Where the camel is someone that you may even look at and not realize just how powerful they are. Because this is someone who has been through a lot. This is someone who has faced a lot of opposition. This is someone who has had to figure out how to do life and how to figure out their own life and how to approach life. I really get that for the camel person, they weren't necessarily the person that was the most supported. Like, they didn't necessarily have the most support in their life. So it's almost like they've had to become independent. They've had to rely on themselves and they've had to be resourceful, not because they necessarily wanted to, but because they absolutely have had to. And this is somebody who can handle anything. Again, it's very hard to rattle this camel person. They can kind of face anything and you wouldn't even see how it gets to them. Now, that's not to say that things don't get to them, because they absolutely do. And this is someone who has experienced a lot of loss. This is someone who is very adaptable. And they've learned to be adaptable because of all of the loss that they've experienced, because of all of their life experiences. So I will say, for my camel person, I really am feeling strong Scorpio energy as well, even though we don't necessarily have water represented here, but that's coming through. But for this camel person, they could absolutely be an earth sign, sun or rising. And they approach life from a very stoic place, from a I'm ready for anything that comes my way. And this isn't someone who usually expects great things to happen, because great things don't always happen to them. At the same time, this is someone who is very good at transformation, at letting go, at allowing things to unfold. The camel person is not someone who holds on to experiences or people. They understand that life is always evolving and that things are always changing. This camel person is a little bit of a night owl, I will say. This is also someone who is pretty reserved, and I think that both of you have that in common. There's a level of reserved energy, and I think both of you can be more on the introverted side. The camel person is a bit of a night owl, where I will say for my scorpion person, there's more of a morning early bird type energy. This camel person is someone who it's easier for them to do things on their own. It's easier for them to kind of go at it alone. And I think that when you connect to the camel person, they'll probably be someone who's been single for a while. And one thing about the camel person is that the camel person is learning how to bring things into balance. One thing that the camel person needs to bring more into balance is the feelings. And I will say the camel person, this is someone who enjoys travel. And I feel like they could be someone who travels on their own a lot. Like they just go out and they just go on trips, but they're not necessarily going out with like a significant other or a friend. Obviously, once you are in a connection with this person, that can absolutely change. But they're very adventurous, but they kind of keep to themselves. This camel person would be someone who would probably have like a couple of close friends, and then they may have some acquaintances, but they're not the most popular of people, and it's not because they can't be, it's because they choose not to be. This is someone who is very abundant, and I do feel that the camel person is a provider, if you will. This is someone who does take care of the people that they love and does take care of. They know how to handle their business. They're very responsible. I do feel that about the scorpion person as well. And I will say the scorpion's circle is a lot bigger than the camel's circle. For the camel person, most of them do work where they are working independently. That could very well be just anything that they're doing independent. Some of them could be working as like managers, supervisors. They could be business owners. But there's a very strong independence to this person. And they like that. They enjoy that. Something about the camel person's eyes is very, very captivating. Let's take a look at what your future spouse may look like. And there's going to be a lot of people watching this, so it's a it's general reading. take it as it resonates, but we are going to look at the physical features here. Take the ones that feel right to you, leave the other ones. Spirit, for my pile number ones, what does their future spouse look like? For some of you, brown skin coming through. Let's see what else we have. Thick eyebrows. I do feel something about the eyes. For some of you, this is someone who is bald. For others of you, wavy hair. Muscular build. Yeah. I will say, I feel both of these people are constantly on the go. But I feel especially the camel, for most of them, there's something about the way that they are built. They're very, like they're yeah, muscular. Or I'm even seeing, like, just a solid build. And thin lips. So take that as it resonates. And like I said, underneath the deck, we did have brown skin. Some of them, there's something about hair and eyes that is coming through. But let's keep going with this reading. Let's take a look at how are you going to connect to this person, and we're going to be using the Light Seer's tarot deck for this. Ace of Pentacles, Death and Rebirth, and Queen of Cups. So pile number one, how are you going to connect to this person? For some of you, you connect to them. I really feel for my pile number ones, it's going to be different things for different people. For some of you, you connect with them after a period of just going within and doing some work and kind of surrendering this over to spirit. You may connect to this person while you are out running errands. So you may meet them, connect with them while you are out running errands. That could be, I am going to the bank and I kind of run into someone. I am going food shopping. I am going just running errands. For others of you, you could absolutely meet this person through work. But I'm also getting a situation where you meet this person through some sort of group or some sort of inner work. So for example, if you choose to take a class, if you choose to go through like a group therapy setting, if you choose to, for some reason I'm seeing a book signing. That's very specific, but I saw somebody signing a book. So that could be a book signing. A spiritual class, I am seeing like a temple, like a meditation center for some of you where you could meet this person. I do think for most of my pile number ones, you meet this person out in the wild, if you will. Like you're doing life and they're doing life and you connect. This isn't necessarily a person that you're probably going to meet online for most of you, though if that's how you meet or if that's what you're being guided to do, please obviously follow that. But you connect with this person when you are both going through a period of a new beginning, through a period of a closing out a cycle and opening up a new cycle. That is standing out where there's like some sort of shift that happens and you meet this person once you've closed a chapter, a cycle in your life, and once they've closed a chapter and a cycle in their life. And there's a lot of surrender to this when you meet this person. This doesn't feel like you are going to meet them because you are actively seeking them out. This feels like you are going to meet them because you are both at a place where you are ready to connect with one another. For some of you, there could be a conference related to work or a business that you meet this person at. Others of you, again, you could meet them through like a class or a workshop as well. That's what's coming through. And it could be a spiritual thing. It could be a work thing. It could be like a personal thing. But there's something about you are going on about your day and you come across this person. I want to pick some timing cards here. Let's do some timing as to when you could possibly meet this person. The timing of when you can possibly meet this person, Spirit. Timing wise. That one. Cancer season, so that would be about June 22nd to July 22nd, and it says respect your feelings for weeks, 4 months. We have on a Friday, finalize something, just let this go. Yeah, this is the vibe. It's like something needs to come to a close with this death and rebirth card and the Ace of Pentacles, and there's a new beginning. There's something that closes and then this comes together. It could be 4 to 6 months, weeks. We have the 4 again, so the 4 very significant. You can carve something out 4 days and 4 weeks. Yeah, I'm seeing 4 to 6, and we have 2 4s already. And then we have one with Aries, and it's March 21st to April 20th. Employee pioneering spirit, 1 week, 1 month. I will say, I think for many of you, this isn't necessarily about a specific timing, as it is more about where you will be in your life. I will also say, I do feel the number 4 to 6, and I feel like it could be 4 to 6 months. For some of you, it could be weeks, but I think months is going to be more for the grand majority. And April, Thursdays could also be significant. But there's something that comes to a close and then you meet this person. Let's take a look at their first impression of you and your first impression of them. So when you meet, what is the first impression? We have the 7 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Okay. And then for your first impression of them, we have the 7 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So when you meet, your person is really going to notice you. You are going to stand out to your person. They are going to be very curious, very mesmerized. And I'm not surprised because most of you are the Scorpion person. And that Scorpion to that camel would be mesmerizing. And we also have the mermaid to represent the Scorpion. And that is almost like the siren. It's almost like you stand out to this person and you shine bright. And what's interesting is in the Scorpion card, we see that like yellowish orange aura that like is kind of like emanating. And it's emanating power. It's emanating energy. And that is how you show up, pile number 1. My Scorpion person, you kind of just emanate your energy and you draw people in. And it hasn't always been the right person that gets drawn in, but in this case, it will be because it's your future spouse, it's your future partner. So their first impression of you is just going to be, wow. That's what I'm kind of getting. We have the 2 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. There's this energy of just, wow. If somebody is pursuing someone, it's going to be your future spouse pursuing you because they are attracted to you. They are mesmerized by you. They are curious about you. This is someone who is going to see you and want to learn more about you. And I also want to say this to me confirms that you meet out in the world because there's something about your aura that is what's going to draw them in. This doesn't feel like you're sitting online behind a screen, online dating, and they see your picture. This is like a live action. I see that person. I see that person across the room and I need to know more. And for some of you, when you meet, you will be in a group setting. There will be other people around you, and it's like you shine. So their first impression is, I need to know more. I need to get close to this person. Now, I will also say their first impression of you is that you probably have options. There is this vibe here of, is my pile number 1 available? I don't necessarily know that they're going to immediately know if you are available. They may be a little bit intimidated at first as well with the 7 of Cups and 2 of Cups, but they see the possibility. This isn't necessarily to say, they're going to see you and it's going to be love at first sight. If you believe in that, that's absolutely possible. But at the very least, it's more of, I need to know more. And this is someone I want to get to know. This is someone I want to have an experience with. This is someone I would love to at least have a conversation with. But again, for some of you, that first impression, there's going to be other people around you. And this person is going to see you as someone who has options, as someone who may not be fully available to them, but there is the romantic interest that is immediately there. So they see you as very attractive, very magnifying. They see you as someone who is very desirable. There is chemistry. I'm kind of getting a little bit of like a skipping heart, if you will. Like, oh, wow, that person is beautiful. Now, let's talk about your first impression of them. Because when you see them, you're not necessarily going to be as open, I want to say, or as... And I think I want to make this clear because my viewer, 99% of you are the Scorpion. I think this is more just about the energy that you are always in, where you are more cautious, where you are more, you take your time. You're not really open to just letting anyone in. And I think that when you meet your camel person, when you meet your future spouse, there is this energy here of perhaps you're curious, but there's also that I don't let anybody in. So there is an element here of curiosity. There is an element here of attraction. But there's also the element of you got to prove yourself. You got to come in correct. And I think for my pile number ones, you've had people come at you incorrectly. You've had people take advantage of you. And that's why this energy is here. So I will say your first impression of them is a more cautious energy. It's a more, I'm here, I'm open to it, but I'm cautious. I want to take it slow. And I think that you will see your future spouse as someone who is pretty solid, as someone who seems honest, because they do come across as honest. But there's also this element of let me be mindful, let me be careful here. But it's not, because I think that my Scorpion, you can absolutely push people away and close off to people very soon, but you remain open to this camel person. And you can see that they are an honest, reliable person, but you're also just cautious. And for some of you, this first impression of them, I think some of you, when you meet this person, they may be alone. You will not. I think for the grand majority of you, if I have to be honest, there's probably going to be other people with you where they may be alone. So there's also that added energy of the other people's energy that are around you, because I think that you will notice that this person is interested. For some of you, they may walk up to you and they may say something. For others of you, it's going to be more of they're just going to really be, they're going to look at you. They're going to kind of pay attention to you. I'm actually seeing, okay, I just got one. Some of you are going to be sitting at a table. If you meet this person at like a restaurant, it could be whatever. I'm seeing like a round table. I'm seeing multiple people, and this person walks up. And I really feel for my pile number ones, you're just going to be taken a little bit aback, and you're going to be a bit surprised. But there is interest here. It's just more cautious. Like, I need to be cautious. I need to make sure I don't want to just let anybody in, is what's coming through. Let's take a look at what they will love about you and what you will love about them. And as you can see, this is the Eras Tour Tarot deck. I have to use decks that are a little bit on the cleaner side because YouTube, there's a lot they don't want to see. But let's see what they will love about you The Page of Cups. Yeah, you're mesmerizing to this person. And the Four of Swords. And what you will love about them. The Queen of Cups. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah. I will say, pile number one, your person has King of Pentacles energy to them. They are solid. They are honest. They are action oriented. They are a provider. They are very just stoic. And I don't mean that. I know sometimes stoic can be seen as not necessarily the most desirable quality, but this is stoic in the best way possible. This is someone who feels like a grounding force. But anyways, what are they going to love about you? Pile number one, this person loves your energy. And I keep saying that. My pile number ones, my scorpions, you have this beautiful, magnifying energy to you, magnetic energy to you, where it's bright and it's warm and you tend to stand out. And I will say for my pile number ones, you're probably someone where people either love you or they hate you. There's no in between because you have such a strong presence to you. You have such a strong aura to you. This person is going to love how creative you are. This person is going to love how much you are, how determined you are to create your dreams, to create your desires, and to meet your goals, because we talked about it, pile number one. You're not someone who gives up, and this person is going to absolutely love that about you. You are someone who can be very optimistic. You can see what's possible, even when others can't. And even when things seem hopeless, you can still find ways to find hope and to connect to hope and to find possibility. And your person is going to absolutely love that about you. Your person is also going to love your ability to create boundaries and your self-respect. You are someone who you operate under a high level of integrity, morals, and ethics. And that is something your person is going to see about you. For some of you, your person is really going to love that you have a little bit of an anxious side, because I don't necessarily think my Scorpion people show that to the world. But your person is going to love that about you because they're going to see that behind closed doors. Again, I put up a strong front, but they kind of see that side of you, and they kind of, it's endearing, if you will, just how much you want to get things right, how much you worry about things, how much you worry about others, how much you worry about yourself. And this is someone who's going to be very reassuring to you. This is someone who's going to be very loving to you. Again, this person is going to love your ability to set boundaries, not only with others, but with yourself. This person is going to love your idealism because you are a bit of an idealist, and this person loves that about you. There's something about the way that you dress that this person loves about you. For some of you, you have very beautiful legs or like hips that's coming through. There's something about the legs and the hips coming through. It could be the way that you dress as well. This person is going to love your ability to communicate and to hold space for communication. You are going to be a very understanding force in this person's life, and they're really going to love that. That's something that your future spouse is really going to love about you. And your future spouse is going to love that you know how to take care of yourself, because you've learned how to practice self-care, pile number one, and you know what you need, and you know how to get yourself back to center, and your future spouse is going to love that about you. So let's talk about what you are going to love about them, because we have the Queen and King of Pentacles. You are going to love how solid your person is. You are going to love how wise they are. This is someone who, again, They're a very grounding force. You are going to love how available they are, how emotionally available they are, and just available in every way that they can be, because this is someone who is very just very available and very open. You are going to love their abundant energy. And I do think for many of you, this camel person has a good amount of financial resources, and they have a good amount of financial security available to them that they will share with you. You are going to love the way that they treat you. You are going to love their kindness. This is someone who is very kind, very loving, very generous. You are going to love the way that they nurture you. I also feel like one thing that you're really going to love about this future spouse of yours is how grounded they are. That they are very down to earth. Because I do feel for most of you, this camel person, they have reached some sort of level of success, and they will continue to grow and be successful. And you wouldn't know that about them, the way that they act. They're not someone who's like very stuck up. They're not someone who is hard to talk to. They treat people very fairly. You are going to love how they open up to you in private. I also really just feel like you're going to love how they love you. Because they love you in a very nurturing, caring, loving way. And they want the best for you. And even when they don't agree with you, they still want the best for you. And this person is going to see you for what your worth and for who you are and for what you bring. And that's not something that you've always experienced. You haven't always had people who appreciate you for who you are. For some of you, if you're into Taylor Swift, the song Bejeweled could be a very good one to listen to. Let's take a look at the signs and synchronicities that will come up when you are getting ready to meet them, when they are coming into your life. The King of Swords and the Hermit. When this person is about to come into your life, there's almost an energy here of you're not really gonna be focused on finding them. You're going inwards. When this person is about to show up, you're gonna be going inwards, but Spirit will send you messages through songs, through television, through friends. Like, people will start to say things to you, but that's not necessarily what you're going to be super focused on. Some of you are also going to feel it in your gut, like it's about to happen, but you're almost not willing to engage with it because you don't want to be wrong. But you're going to start to like really feel like, oh, I can meet this person at any point in time. They're about to come in. They're getting closer to me. That's also coming through here for some of you. You're going to be going through a period of kind of soul searching when they're about to come in. Some of you will dream of this person. You will feel them coming. But again, it's almost like you don't want to feed into it. You don't want to really believe it because you don't want to get your hopes up. But you will be having dreams. There's going to be more spiritual guidance around you when this person is about to come in. So for some of you, you may get more spirit guides. You may get more spirit animals, more angels. It's like more spiritual guidance comes in through the form of spiritual helpers. For some of you, you're going to be waking up at night. I'm hearing the witching hour, so like between midnight and 3 a.m. when this person is about to come in. Some of you may be meeting this person around a new moon. Like it may be around a new moon where you come across them or you manifest them and they come as a result of that. So if you've been thinking about doing any moon rituals, this is your sign to do it. The number 7 can be significant when you are about to meet them, the number 4 as well. There's a lot of soul searching and a spiritual awakening happening when you meet this person. Let's actually talk about this. Let's look at why haven't you met them yet. So I did 2 cards for why haven't you met them and 2 cards for what you can do to speed up the process, if anything. Wheel of Fortune is why you haven't met them, and the 5 of Cups. Okay. And what can you do to manifest this quicker? 4 of Pentacles and the Fool. Okay, so pile number 1, why haven't you met this person? I'm going to be honest. This is a pile where a lot of this is divine timing. A lot of this is it's just not meant to happen just yet. And remember, it's not only about you. We're looking at what you can do, but it's not only about you. It's about you and this person because it takes 2 to tango. So with the Wheel of Fortune and the 5 of Cups, for some of you, it's just not time. That is just the truth of it. It's also because you are being given time to work through any remnants of grief. You are being given time to really connect with yourself. And for some of you, you have been going through a little bit of a hermit mode. You've been going through a little bit of just let me go within, let me do my own thing. And this could be a result of heartbreak. This could be a result of disappointment. You know, sometimes we get our heart broken and we just want to give it a break. That's kind of what's coming in here. It's just not time. It's coming together, but it's not quite there yet. And there's a lot of destiny to this. There's a lot of almost like a fated energy to this connection. And I will say, I do feel for most of you, this is going to be a high-level soulmate, if not a divine counterpart, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. But you haven't met this person because you are both given the time to kind of do your own thing. And you need the time to do your own thing is what's coming through very strongly here. So for this group, it's more of, it's just not time yet. And in addition to give you time to process any emotions. And for some of you, it's a choice. And if it's not your choice, it could be the camel's choice, right? It could be your future spouse's choice to kind of take a little bit of a break. And I did get that energy from the camel person that they're kind of a little bit of they can be a bit over independent and they had to kind of work through some things. Now, when we talk about how you can manifest this, how you can speed up the process, we have the 4 of Pentacles and the Fool card. And this is saying, in order to speed up this process, follow your inner compass. Follow what it is that you enjoy doing. Don't necessarily go out because you're expecting to meet someone. Don't necessarily force yourself to do things because you're doing it for the sake of meeting your future spouse. This is saying enjoy your life. And I know this is going to sound very cliche. Some of you are probably rolling your eyes, but enjoy your life. Do the things that you enjoy because this person is going to catch up to you and you're going to catch up to them, right? When the time is right. And this is also saying, in order to speed this up, release anything that is no longer in your life. This can also be people. So if you've been holding on to someone, let them go. And if you are like, well, the person I'm holding on to is the camel. I've met them. Which I will say for most of you, that's not the case because this is going to be somebody brand new. But if that is the case for you, this is still saying release that version of them. Allow them to come in with brand new energy and allow yourself to hold space, to open up the energy, right? Because if you're holding on to past situations, you create an energy blockage. Nothing can come in if something is jam-packed. When you release, when you surrender, you create more flow. This is about you creating flow in your life, you letting go, and you allowing things to unfold naturally. This is also about you enjoying the process, right? Because once you meet your future spouse, you will be able to do the things together. But Spirit is really saying for this group, don't wait for them to do the things. Do them now, do them with friends, do them independently. And when this person catches up to you, and again, for this group, I don't think it's too long. I think 4 to 6 months for most of you, you have the opportunity to bring this in. Even 4 to 6 weeks. I think that's a fewer amount of you, but even 4 to 6 weeks. But this is really saying, do the things. Enjoy your life. Accept where you are and surrender to where you are. And I know that's easier said than done, but that's what's going to speed this process up. And it's okay to say, I'm going out today and get excited and say, well, maybe my person is there. But don't just do it because maybe your person is there. That could be the icing on the cake. Maybe the person is there. Maybe I meet them. But let me do what I enjoy. Let me do what brings me joy and happiness. And for some of you, the things that you've been waiting to do, it's time to do them. Let's take a look at what messages their higher self has for you. And then we are going to get into some more messages here. But their messages for you, the Knight of Teacups. So this is the Knight of Cups. The Ace of Quills. And the Death card. There's a lot of transformative energy here. So their higher self, what their higher self would say to you is exactly what we've been talking about. You are both preparing, but their higher self is saying, I am preparing. I am going through the transformation period. I am getting ready to come your way. And their higher self is saying, once I come your way, this is going to be a complete new beginning for us. This is going to be amazing. And I don't feel that this is a connection that's going to take like years and years and years. That being said, I don't think this is a connection where you're going to meet them and you're going to be married in 3 months. But this isn't something that's going to be like we met and then we were together for 5 years and then they proposed and we were together for another 5 years and then we got married. That's not what I'm getting from this. This feels like this is going to progress at a very good pace. And your future spouse's higher self is saying, allow yourself to let go of the things that no longer serve you. Allow yourself to release doubts because I'm coming. I am coming your way. Oh my God, I just heard the dirtiest joke in my brain when I said that. I am not going to say it because it's YouTube, but you know what I mean. It's going to be a very good, intimate connection as well. Let's just say that. And this person is getting ready to come your way. This person is getting ready to connect with you, and your guides and this person's guides, they're conspiring to make this happen. And their higher self wants you to know that. For some of you, you want your knight in shining armor. They're coming. They're coming your way. They're headed your way sooner than what you think. Now it's the time to make space for this. And their higher self really wants you to live your life to the fullest while this happens. And to know that this will happen, and to know that this is someone who's going to love you very, very much, and you're going to love them. And this isn't someone who's going to be afraid to show their affection. I'm also getting that this is someone who's very sensual. So again, intimacy is going to be very important in this connection. And you did choose Gomez and Morticia. That's the vibe this is giving, really. Let's see what we have as far as just additional messages here. Ooh. Boundaries, firm boundaries are needed now. Put away the computer. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. One thing that I want to say, and it's very interesting because usually I have to speak to, putting up boundaries. I think for this group, there is a message here to be mindful of how firm your boundaries are and how strict you are. That doesn't mean let anybody in, but that also means just be mindful of how many boundaries you have in place and how difficult you make it for people to connect with you. For this group, it's time to have fun. You don't have to figure this out. You don't have to predict it. You don't have to overly prepare for it. It's going to come in when it's ready to. Have fun, enjoy life. Again, do the things. You don't have to wait for anyone. Because the more you give yourself permission to do what it is that you need to do, the easier this is going to come into place. Let's see what else we have here. Reaching your goal, everything you want from this connection will manifest in the near future. You will meet your spouse. You will meet your future spouse. Past lives, you have known this person before. It is a soulmate from a past life. So this is confirmation that this is a soulmate for many of you, a high-level soulmate. This could be a twin flame, divine counterpart, whatever label you want to give it. And have faith. The angels are working behind the scenes to make this relationship flourish. That's confirmation. Your angels are working to have this come together. Now, I picked 2 chakras with messages that can be beneficial to you. And first we have the heart chakra. Green ocean jasper could be a crystal to work with, and it says connection. Father Divine and Mother Earth, make love in your heart. So again, opening yourself up, allowing yourself to be open to this. And then we have peace with the crown chakra with clear quartz. And it says, in stillness, the answer will be revealed. There's a lot that you already have access to that I don't necessarily think you realize. But let's do some charms. Let's do some charms to close this out. Pile number 1. And we have Love is Eternal with Jack and Sally. Oh, wow. That's a lot more than I thought I was grabbing. Okay, so let's take a look. So, we have... What are these? To me, these look like books, but that's not what they are. To me, this looks like books for some reason. This was the group I saw the book signing. Some of you may meet this person at a book signing. If you write a book or you're into like books and stuff, you may meet them in that way. We have this moon with the angel wings and the crown there. So to me, that is speaking to, this is divinely guided. It's going to happen. The universe is conspiring in your favor. The bow. This person is really going to cherish you. This person is going to take care of you. I really do feel that your person's love language is acts of service and gifts. So they may shower you with gifts. The Hamsa, this is very much a spiritual connection, divinely guided. Like I said, for many of you, this is going to be a high level connection. We have the cherries here, the sweeter side of life. Again, do the things that you want to do, have fun, and this person is going to really join you on the quest. Think outside of the box. But there's also a lot of memories to be had with this person. You're going to be taking a lot of like picture selfies. There's a lot of adventure to be had with this person. You do have angels that watch over this connection, so you can ask your spirit team, your angels, for help. And they also have angels that help with this connection. For some of you, this again is someone from a past life. What do we have here? This is a mermaid. Stop it. Yep. This is confirmation. Pile number ones, some of you are very into mermaids as well, but you are also represented by the mermaid. This, using water magic or the element of water can be helpful in drawing this in. And we also have this star. So wish upon a star, wish for this to come true, and it will. The Jewish faith religion could be significant here as well. Take that as it resonates. But pile number one, thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. I hope this reading resonated. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you are drawn to Persephone and Hades. Love this one. I'm going to place that right there. Hopefully it stands. You know what? That works. Let's let it stay that way. So as a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. I did do a reading breakdown, so you know what to expect from this reading, and I do think this is going to be a bigger, longer reading, if you will. So we are going to start by looking at your energy and your person's energy. It could be that the energies are flipped around, that you resonate with this side and not this side. So keep that in mind. But if you do not resonate with this or with this, then this is probably not your pile. I suggest picking a different pile, or just maybe this reading doesn't have a message for you, and that's okay. So let's get started. We have the Whale. And as I said, this is intended, the Phoenix. This is intended to be your energy. And then we have the Goddess. Okay, and for your future spouse, we have the Swan. Ooh. The Snake. And Queen of Spades. Okay. So, pile number two. When I laid these cards out, my intention was that the first card is what most people see when they see you, and that the second card is more of the hidden self, not what is as viewable or as available to people when they first meet you. And then these cards right here are just giving us additional information. So let's start with the Whale energy. And the Whale is someone who is clearly a spiritual being. This is someone who is clearly living a spiritual reality. And what's interesting is that so is your person. But I feel like, not that it's a competition, but my Whale person is probably more spiritually evolved than my Swan person. And the Whale is someone who likes to go deep. The Whale is someone who is very wise and who seeks deep connections. My Whale person is not someone who is willing to just have surface level connections. This is probably someone who hates small talk. This Whale person is someone who, they like to go deep. They like to go deep with their thoughts. They like to go deep with their relationships, with their connections. And they like to go deep about the thoughts of what's out there in the universe. This is someone who really thinks about these more abstract topics, right? What happens when we cross over to the other side? What is true? What's out there? What else is there to experience? This is probably someone who has a lot of interest around learning new things, especially when it comes to spiritual topics. This Whale person is someone who has a lot of ancient wisdom available to them. This is someone who has had many past lives. This is someone who is an old soul, I would say. And this is someone who they know there's more to life than what we can see, right? There's a lot more depth to life than what we can see. And I feel that the whale person sometimes struggles with the state of the world. My whale person probably struggles with just how people are so unaware at times and so surface level at times, because that is one of the whale's pet peeves, is someone who is surface level. The whale person comes across as very calm, very peaceful, very steady, very wise. It does not matter how old the whale person is. They are seen as the wisest person in the room most of the times. The whale is the person others go to when they need advice. The whale is very compassionate. This is someone who can truly empathize with other people, sympathize and empathize with other people. The whale is very sensitive to other people's pains, to other people's stressors. This whale person is probably someone who is very close to animals. This whale person feels things very heavily, very deeply, very strongly. So this could be someone who identifies as a strongly sensitive person. This whale person can sometimes struggle when it comes to what is expected of them in society. This is someone that can sometimes find it hard to connect to others just because they may not be into what the average person is into. My whale person is also very good at communication. This is someone who operates really from the divine feminine, even though they are comfortable in the divine feminine and the divine masculine. This person is very caring. This is someone who's very honest. And I think what my whale person can sometimes struggle with is realizing that the heaviness of the world is not theirs to carry. That it's not up to them to fix everything, and that it's not up to them to take care of everything and everyone. And this is someone who has reincarnated, as I said earlier, many, many times. This is someone who is always also going through a transformation, an inner transformation of who they are. This is someone who is here to clear a lot of past karma. This is someone who is here almost for a new beginning, if you will. This person does go through periods of feeling stuck, of feeling like everything is not what it should be, so they can deal with anxiety, depression at times. This is someone who could have very strong water and fire energy to them. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy coming through for my whale person. My whale person could do some sort of spiritual work, or they could be someone who desires at some point to offer spiritual services. This is someone who has had to face the truth of who they are in ways that others will never have the opportunity to do. And I think for a while, my whale person was afraid of going within. But once they did, they found their power in that truth of who they are. This is someone that for a while had a lot of fears that held them back. But again, I feel like for most, the whale person has already kind of dealt with that and faced it and turned it into a positive, if you will. My whale person is very giving. But this is someone who has also learned when it's no longer worth it to give as much, because sometimes people have taken advantage of my whale person. And my whale person has learned that sometimes you have to burn the bridges down. Sometimes you have to burn it down to make sure that that is no longer a path for you. For my whale person, some of the careers that are coming up, and take these as confirmation, they don't necessarily have to resonate for this reading to be for you. But I'm getting coaching, spiritual careers. Some of you could be astrologers, tarot readers, oracle card readers. Some of you could be writers, Reiki practitioners. This could be counselors, therapists, nurses, doctors, pharmacists. Some of you could work with animals. Someone could be a chef. Some of you make things with your hands. For my whale person, there's probably an interest in spirituality and psychology that runs very deep. But let's talk about the swan person. And the swan person, as I said, this is a very spiritual bunch. Or I guess a spiritual couple, I should say, because there is no bunch. There's two people involved. And what we have here is, let's first talk about the signs, because we have water for the swan, and that is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then for the snake, we have earth, and that is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So my swan person is a mystic, right? And this is such a spiritual couple, and I love that for you. So my swan person is a mystic. This is someone who is also very creative, and they are constantly creating something. And what's funny is that to the outside world, the swan feels like they are so creative that it just comes naturally to them. Now, the swan would probably tell you that's not the case at all, but they make it look very effortless to other people. The swan has a very healing energy, and I feel like the swan could be a writer. They could be an artist of some sort. For some, the swan could be like a musical artist. I'm also getting acting could be possible here, or that could be just some side interest of this person. Some of the swans could be a teacher as well. But the swan is really creative and really artistic. This is someone who comes across as very graceful. And I'm almost getting an unassuming quality to the swan when people meet them. This is someone who enjoys spending their alone time. I think both of these people are introverted. This is someone who is really on a mission to get to know themselves and who they are in this lifetime. And as I said earlier, I do feel the whale person is more spiritually evolved. Like they've had more past lives, they've had more they've had more experience. But the swan person isn't that far off. The swan person is a visionary. They are very good at manifesting what they envision for themselves. They are good at manifesting their desires. And the swan person does like to go deep, but I will say they don't go as deep as the whale. They like to go deep, they like to swim in the waters, but they do like to come back up for air, if you will. They do like to come back up and not necessarily live in the depths that the whale person needs. And this swan person is very magical, but I don't necessarily think they are all aware of their magic. Or I don't necessarily think that this is someone who necessarily practices magic, as in like a witch or a warlock, whatever you want to call it. But this is a very prosperous energy that this person has. This is someone who's very charismatic. They are very good at connecting with people, even though that's not necessarily where their comfort level lies. Like I said, this feels like more of an introvert, not necessarily an extrovert, but they're very good at connecting with people. One thing that the swan struggles with is that they tend to start things and not finish them. So they have so many creative ideas that they can struggle when it comes to seeing the project all the way through, where I think my whale person is a lot better at seeing something through. This is someone who has a lot of cycles that they go through, and they kind of go through the cycle, and they sometimes repeat cycles, not because they're not learning, but because they are meant to repeat cycles in this lifetime. Their creative potential is really unlimited. They have a very active imagination. I feel that my whale person operates from the heart. The swan person operates from the third eye and crown chakra. This is someone who is very good at taking care of themselves. My swan person, it could definitely have a very set workout routine. This is someone who would like do yoga or do meditation daily, or they would go for a walk daily. They do some sort of body movement, and they do something with their mind as well on a daily basis. I will say my swan probably has some daily rituals that they must do. Like this could be the person where I wake up and I have to have my coffee and then I do my writing. Or I wake up and I go for my walk and then I start my day. I do feel the swan is a bit of an early bird. I will say for most the whale person can be as well. But I feel like my swan really is the early bird in this relationship. The swan, like the whale, does not like to waste time. That is something that is absolutely true for both. And the swan is always seeking to tap into their full potential. So they are always pushing themselves forward. Very interesting energies so far, but let's continue with what this person may look like. So we are going to pull some cards, some physical attributes. Remember, it's a general reading. Take the ones that resonate with you and leave the rest behind. This is just for additional confirmation. But Spirit, what will my pile number 2's future spouse look like? What could they look like? Some of you, your person is very toned up. That's coming through. Like they're very toned up. They could have tattoos, yeah. Some of them could actually be a tattoo artist. That's coming. There's something very artistic here. For some of you, they may have some sort of tattoo that looks like that snake, like that. What is that called? I can't think of the name of the pattern. I think it's the flower. Can't think of it. Somebody tell me in the comments section, because I'm sure it's going to come to me at some point, but it could be a tattoo that looks like that. So this could be someone who is blonde, wavy hair. Something about the hair is going to stand out. They could wear glasses. I also think that this person, for my pile number 2's, they're very, the way that they dress is very unique to them. And we have dark skin for some. So again, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And underneath the tattoos, we had the ponytail. So something about the hair could definitely stand out. And again, with the glasses, they could wear glasses, but I'm also getting that this is more of their energy, and they can be very, they can dress very uniquely to them, like their style is their own. And I think that's true for both of you. So how will you connect to this person? How will you connect? The 6 of Pentacles, the Moon. There's a lot of mystery to this connection as well, and your person can come across as a bit mysterious. And the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, you will meet this person, you will connect with this person through a family friend, through a, I said family friend. What I meant to say was a friend or a family member, but I guess it could be a family friend. This is also speaking to, there's going to be something very unexpected to you meeting this person. This isn't something that you are necessarily supposed to know prior to meeting them, which obviously can be the case. And there's many of you watching, so I wouldn't be able to give you the exact way anyways. But for some of you, you will be introduced through someone that you know. For others of you, you could meet this person online. I don't know why this is coming through, but the bank. Some of you could meet this person at the bank. I'm hearing real estate agent. I don't know if that makes sense. If you are a real estate agent, you could meet this person that way. If you are looking for a house, you could meet this person this way. If you have a real estate agent friend, maybe that's the person that introduces you to this person. You will meet this person when the time is right. There's a lot of divine timing at play with this. And for most of you, you're not supposed to know when you're going to meet them. You could meet them at school or like at a function for your children's school if you have a child. For some of you, you are a single parent and or this person is a single parent. When you meet this person, you're both going to be in a place of really feeling good about yourselves. And that doesn't necessarily mean like you're not necessarily open to someone, but it's like I'm generally feeling good about where I am and who I am. Let's take a look at the first impression. So we're going to take a look at their first impression of you and your first impression of them. So when you meet, what are the first impressions here? Four of Cups. So their first impression of you, we have the Four of Cups and the Ten of Wands. And your first impression of them is going to be, wow, the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Okay. So their first impression of you, pile number 2, is they're going to see just how much you have on your shoulders. Like this person is going to read you pretty well. This person is going to see you as someone who is very busy, very responsible. They're going to see you as someone who doesn't necessarily, I hate to say this, but you're not like other girls, Bella. You're not necessarily like other people around you. They see you for who you are, but they also see just how overwhelmed you can get at times, because I do think that pile number 2 as a whole, you are someone who just carries a lot of weight and a lot of responsibility with you. So when you meet them, their first impression of you is really all about, they see you, they notice you, but it's more of like they're seeing you as a person. It's not like, I'm not necessarily getting this like instant attraction. Like if you meet them and you are in a public place, they notice that you're not necessarily having the best of time. They notice that like you're maybe there because you have to be there, or maybe you just don't enjoy, you're not necessarily enjoying the company that you are with. And I wouldn't be surprised if this person, when you meet, especially if you meet them out in the world, if they kind of come and rescue you of like, oh, hey, like, let's talk, let's get you out of here type of energy. And they can definitely see that what you are seeking is deeper than what is available to you. It's very interesting because this is someone who's really going to be able to see you and look deeply. Because they're going to be able to see that you overextend yourself. They're going to be able to see that sometimes you get frustrated. They're going to be able to see that you could be bored with your current circumstances. What's also interesting is when you meet them, your first impression of them, you're going to recognize them. I really feel for many of you, you're going to recognize this person as your soulmate. You're going to recognize this person as somebody who has potential. Because when you meet them, your first impression of them is, wow. Like they really catch your attention from the beginning. And I'm not saying that you don't do that with them. Like they don't, that you don't catch their attention, but they can see deeper than what is on the surface. And I think you can see deeper than what's on the surface as well with them. But for you, it's almost like this excitement of, wow, I don't really get to meet people like you often. Because I do think once you meet them, again, I almost get this energy of somebody who's like rescuing you in the sense of like, they start talking to you. Maybe you're out with people, or maybe you're going through a period in your life where you're having a hard time connecting with people. This feels like the type of person that you meet and you have a date with, and it's like 5 hours later and you look at the time and the restaurant is closing or the coffee shop is closing and it's time to go, and it felt like you were there for 10 minutes because you connected so well and you were in the groove with them. But your first impression of them is much more, I recognize that this could be more. There is a lot of attraction here. And again, I'm not saying that there isn't attraction with your person, but I think their first impression of you is they're looking at the whole picture, where for you, it's I'm looking at the whole picture. I like what I see and I'm really attracted to this person. I am really into this person. This could be my wish fulfillment. This could be somebody that I connect with. And I also think that this swan person is someone that can really bring out more lightheartedness in my whale person. This is someone who can bring out more, give you the space to express yourself and to have a good time. Because as I said, for my whale person, it's very hard to find people who are willing to go as deep as you. And I think I said this. I don't necessarily think the swan person is always as deep as the whale person, but they do enjoy going there and they are quite capable of going there. So this does feel of like the first date. This is what I'm getting. This is like a read for the first date, the first time that we meet, which also tells me that for many of you, you can meet this person online or you can be set up. And when you meet for the first time, your first actual encounter is like the first time that you meet. It's not like you meet them and then set up the first date. For many of you, it's like the first time we meet in person is our first time really encountering each other. And it's like they see the heaviness that you carry, but what you see in them is the possibilities that are there. There's a lot of joy here. There's a lot of connecting here. There's a lot of understanding, feeling seen here, especially from your side. Let's take a look at what they're going to love about you and what you are going to love about them. Okay. I was going to say one of the groups had an extra card, but it wasn't you. Pile number 2, let's see what they're going to love about you. The High Priestess, yeah. You're very deep, pile number 2. And the Emperor. And then what you're going to love about them. The Wheel of Fortune. And the 4 of Cups. So, pile number 2. What your person is going to really love about you, one of the things that they're going to love about you is how intuitive you are. And I keep saying this and I sound like a broken record, and I know somebody's probably already pissed off at me for saying it so much, but you're very deep. You're very intuitive. You are very much connected to the divine feminine. You are very much connected to the unconscious, subconscious mind. You are someone that has a deep understanding of life and what it means and the spiritual side of life. But at the same time, you also have an understanding of how life works, and you have an understanding of what it takes to manifest and what it takes to create. And your person is going to love how spiritual you are. Your person is going to love how intuitive you are. Your person is going to love how wise you are, how just your emotional depth. Your person is going to love your self-awareness. Your person is going to love your spiritual wisdom. They're going to love your ability to create structure for yourself. They're going to love everything that you've accomplished. Because I do feel that you're going to be able to, that you've already accomplished so much and that you'll continue to do so. And this person really loves that about you. And I think to your person, very early on, you're going to feel like the one. You're going to feel like there's a lot of possibility here. I feel like when you first encounter them, my pile number 2s, you're really going to notice it like first, but this person is very soon after going to notice there is possibility here. There is potential here for long term, and they're going to approach you in that way. And your person is going to love your strength of character. They also love the way that you carry yourself, the way that you look as well. Some of you, there's something about your nose that they're going to love. Something about, it could be like nose area. It could be lips as well. They love how passionate you are about the things that you care about. They also love your outlook on life and your plans for life. Like, this is someone who you're going to really be able to talk about what it is that you envision for the future. And they're going to love your plans, your future, your visions for the future. They're going to love your connection to Mother Earth, your connection to the world around you, how you connect to the world around you. There's something about how you dress that this person is going to love. For some of you, I'm kind of seeing like a skirt. I don't know if you wear skirts, pile number 2, but that's what I'm seeing. They're going to love your ability to carry yourself with grace. And they're going to love the fact that you can absolutely set boundaries when you need to. My pile number 2s, what you are going to love about your future spouse is their ability to roll with the punches, if you will. Their ability to create their life in the way that they want to create it. You are going to love their creativity. This is someone who is very creative, and I think that that's something you're really going to love about them. You're going to love their strong spirit and how they are able to really handle what life throws at them. Because again, this isn't someone where life has always been easy to them, but they're able to take situations and turn them into the best possible scenario. They're able to transform, transmute. You are going to love their way, their ability to get out of sticky situations. There's a lot of determination that your person has, and you're going to love that about them. You're going to love to see how they take, it's almost like when life throws them lemons, they make lemonade, and you're going to love that about them. You're going to love them. This is almost giving like, and I'm seeing the invisible string here, and if you haven't heard that song, highly suggest you do. But there is this, almost this energy of, this is my person and I know it. And you're going to love that about them, because you're going to know this is your soulmate. You're going to know that this is the person that you were waiting for. Pile number 2, you're going to love, there's a lot of passion here, and I'm not going to get too much into that because it's YouTube and they don't like it. But there's a lot of passion here. You absolutely love their body. There's something about their body. I'm kind of getting the nether regions that is really going to stand out to you. There could be like a mole or something there. I don't know what that is. But I'm being shown like the pelvic area. Maybe there's a tattoo there. Both of you are going to be able to create together. There's a lot of creativity that you're going to be able to partake in together. And you're both going to love that about one another. You're going to love how encouraging your person is because they encourage you to move forward. And you're going to love their ability to go deep with you because, again, they're willing to do that. They don't necessarily need it as much as you do. Like, they do like to go deep, but they don't necessarily have to go super deep at all times, but they will have these conversations with you. This is someone who's very uplifting, and you're going to love that about them. And whenever you're feeling stuck, they're going to help you come out of that. Again, for my pile number 2, some of you may struggle with like anxiety, depression. This person is really going to hold space for that. Let's look at the signs and synchronicities that you'll start to see when you are about to meet one another, when they're about to come into your life. Knight of Wands, Seven of Cups. So for my pile number 2s, when this person is getting ready to come into your life, you may be feeling more energetic. That's one thing that's going to happen. You may be feeling more adventurous when this person is about to come in. You may be feeling more confident with yourself. So this could be a time in your life where even if you're not someone who usually goes out much, you may be more adventurous, more willing to go out, and more inspired to do more. For this group, you will also probably start to it's almost like you feel a new beginning for yourself where you have other interests that you previously didn't have when you are about to meet this person. When you are about to meet this person, there's also going to be a lot of opportunities coming your way. For some of you, if you meet this person through like a dating website or like online somehow, there's gonna be a lot more suitors available to you. Like you're gonna be getting messages. This could even be in person where you're being more approached by other people. This could be a time in your life where you are guided to date more and you're kind of dating when you meet this person. For some of you, you may meet this person around a full moon. And for some of you, you may have a false start with someone when you meet this person, where you think you've met someone who is going to be significant, and it turns out that you realize that that's not the person for you. And very shortly after, you do meet the right person, which is your future spouse. Regardless, there's going to be a lot of options available to you. It could be in dating, it could be in life in general. But that's what's coming through when you're getting ready to meet this person. That's what's going to come through. For some of you, you're going to have dreams that are going to be very prophetic when you're about to meet them. You're going to dream of water for some reason. Water is very important to this pile for both of you, but some of you are going to be dreaming of water when you are about to meet your future spouse. Let's take a look at why haven't you met yet? Why haven't you met yet, and what can you do to speed it up? So why haven't you met yet? Knight of Wands. Wow, we have 2 Knight of Wands here. 4 of Wands. And what can you do to speed this up, if anything? 9 of Swords. 10 of Wands. Okay. So why haven't you met this person yet? The answer here is kind of very simple and straightforward. It's because you're still for both of you, and I think this is for both of you, but also my whale person, you're still building up your confidence. You're still building up who you are. You are still in a place of, it's like you're preparing for this. You want this, but you're still in preparation for this, where energetically speaking, because I think that you want this, you are ready for this, but energetically speaking, you are still in a place of building up your confidence and really being open to this person coming in. And there are some things that still need to be accomplished. And I think for my pile number twos, what still needs to be accomplished, looking especially at what you can do to speed this up, has to do with building up your confidence, building up your self-worth, being vulnerable and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, because it can be a little bit, it can cause some fears to open up to someone and to allow someone in. And that's part of what my pile number twos, you're still working on. And it's, let me be so secure within myself that I am going to be okay if something doesn't work out with someone, that I am going to only accept what's best for me. For some of you, you could be coming out of a relationship, and that's why this is taking a little bit longer. It's to give you time to heal. For others of you, this is something that's taking a little bit longer because you were perhaps dating or connected to someone who was not the right person for you, and there's still some healing happening around that. Or this could be the type of person that you were connecting to that just wasn't available to you emotionally, and you have to kind of heal from that energy. But let's talk about what you can do to manifest this sooner, what you can do to bring this about. We have the Nine of Swords and we have the Ten of Wands. So first of all, this is saying in order to really manifest this sooner, you have to go through the process of feeling the feelings that you're feeling, letting go of anyone from the past. Because I will say, for this group especially, for most of you, this is going to be someone new. So letting go of anyone from the past. And even if this isn't someone new for you, you have to let go of the old version of them to allow them to come in with their new and improved energy. This is also saying, for my pile number twos, allowing yourself to lighten the load, allowing yourself to let go of things that are no longer yours to carry, of things that are no longer true for you. So these could be belief systems around what relationships are. This could be ideas around maybe I'm not going to find the right person for me. This could be making space in your life, like physical space. So for example, pile number two, if your person came in today, do you have space in your life to really allow them in and to really bring them into your life? Or are you running kind of full here, right? So getting clear and prioritizing and releasing what is no longer a priority for you is very important. And looking in places where you are overextending yourself, where it's not beneficial to your overall well-being and to what it is that you're trying to create. With this Nine of Swords, again, feeling the feelings of the things that haven't worked out, or the things that you do want and the things that you don't want. This is really, in order to speed up the process and in order to manifest this, it's time to do the shadow work. It's time to look at the limiting beliefs. It's time to look at, again, what is your energy invested in? And I said this in a different pile, but if you don't have space for something to come in, it can't squeeze in. Whereas if you create the space for this to come in, when it comes in, it can take root. But I think for my pile number 2s, what this is really coming down to is allowing yourself to go through the healing process. And one thing that I do want to say for my pile number 2s is you do not have to be completely healed. There is no such thing as complete healing. It's like layers to the onions. We're always going to have something else that we have to work on. And that's what you're being called to do. It's make space for it, but also understand that there is no perfect state that you have to reach in order to allow this in. And for some of you, it's like you may be thinking like, well, I have to do X, Y, and Z before this person can come in. And that's not true. Let's take a look at the message that their higher self has for you at this time. The World card. The 10 of coins, so the 10 of pentacles. And the 9 of candlesticks, so the 9 of wands. Pile number 2. Your person's higher self wants you to know that you will have emotional abundance, that you will have that happy family life, that you will have what it is that you desire. Your future spouse's higher self doesn't want you to give up. They want you to keep going. They want you to know that they are preparing for this as well, that you will meet, that you will have your happily ever after, if you will. Your person's higher self wants you to know that what you are currently experiencing, because I do think for many of you, you're in this place of transition. You're in this place of maybe something is ending and something else is taking its place. Your person's higher self wants you to know that the best is yet to come. That they love you already. For many of you, this is a high level soulmate situation. This is something for some of you that is predestined. This is something that someone that you are meant to meet and someone that you have a soul contract with. And I think this is ready to come together a lot faster than what you realize. And I actually just realized I forgot to pull some timing cards for you earlier. Let's take a look at any important dates. I will say 9 to 10. I'm getting 9 to 10 weeks, 9 to 10 months for this group, but we'll see what we get here. For some of you, August is an important month. We have 4 with Thursday. Actually, oh my goodness. That's Saturn. We have the number 5 with Thursday, take a stand, follow your energy. Then we have the number 12 with it's going well now, 12 days, 12 weeks. We have, it said the 10, I definitely got the 10. 10 with you will start all over again, 10 days, 10 weeks. And for many of you, this is a completely new beginning. And then we have the number 3 with it will work out soon, 3 weeks, 3 days. So take those as they resonate. I again, personally for this pile, I am getting like 9 to 10. And I do feel like it could be weeks, months, definitely not years. Though for you, if that resonates as years, take it. But 9 to 10 is what I'm mainly getting. But these are also significant. Now, let's take a look at what else wants to come through here. And we have mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. And we have true love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. And this is going to be a true love for you. And you've been learning the lessons. But again, please, pile number 2, do not feel like you have to be perfect or that you have to have everything figured out before you can meet this person, because that's not true. But right now you are being given time and space to move through self-doubt, through any beliefs of this isn't going to happen for me. And again, this is also because your person needs the time to come in. When we are trying to manifest a person or something that involves a person, it could be harder because we have to allow for that person to be ready as well. Let's take a look at what else we have here. We have be present. You will attract love by enjoying your life as is. Wherever you are, be all there. Yeah. Ground yourself in the present moment. And you're going to attract your person. Take your power back. You are giving someone control over how you feel. Your happiness should only depend on you. And for this group, it's about empowering yourself. And then we have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So for some of you, if this is someone that you already know and you're undergoing separation, again, hold space for them to come in with brand new energy. But I do think for most of you, this is going to be someone new, and that the separation card is speaking more to the fact that you are going through a period of being alone before you can come together with this person. But like I said, some of you will have many options that will show up right around the time your person is about to show up. So I picked 2 chakra cards for you that you can work with some messages. And the first one is throat chakra with soul delight and vulnerability. Showing vulnerability is a sign of strength. So working on the throat chakra can be helpful for this group. And then we have solar plexus with topaz, and it says manifestation. Manifestation is the fruition of confidence and belief. That is what you're working on. So pile number 2, working with your throat chakra and your solar plexus, coming in as important. Let's do some charms to end the reading. And actually, let me show you, because I showed all the other pile. Love is eternal. And let's do some charms just to see. Ooh. All right. Let's see what we have. We have this beautiful moon here with this star. And to me, this speaks to, you know, the truth of this. You are already probably dreaming of this person. We have the bunny. There's a lot of creativity here. There's a lot of possibility here. Both of you are very creative. Also, when I see the bunnies, a lot of passion, a lot of intimacy, if you know what I mean. Again, things I can't say because YouTube. We have the crown. So this person is absolutely going to treat you like an absolute queen or king. This person is going to cherish you. Pile number 2. To me, this is the whale. So again, this is a whale tail to me. That's what it looks like. That's what I always see it as. Again, this is going to be a very deep connection, a very deep soul connection. And you're both going to have a lot of deep conversations. We have the peace sign. So a lot of peace and harmony in this connection. We have the circle here, and it's pink. To me, this is speaking to the circle of trust, if you've seen Meet the Parents, but that's what's coming through. There's going to be a lot of trust here that you both feel for one. Wow, look at another whale. We have 2 whales here. You're going to go deep, and there's a lot of deep feelings for one another here. What is this? So you both can enjoy dancing. You both could enjoy music. There's a lot of creative energy, so you could be musicians. You could just enjoy going to see like live music, live bands. That's coming through. We have, what is this? A dove, I believe. A lot of more peace, more harmony. But also, you are already connected to this person. So if you really want to send messages to them and really connect with them now, you can already do so. What is this? The dragonfly, I believe. Yeah, there's a lot of magic surrounding this connection. Is this another piece? Yep. A lot of peace and harmony together. You're going to be able to build something together. stop. We have the swan and we have the whale represented. This is further confirmation that this is your reading, but this is also saying, and it's funny because it's the black swan. Some of you, for your person, they may have felt like an outsider. You're going to make them feel seen and acknowledged. This is someone who has also, and I think this is true for both of you, has not been treated the best in relationships. Look at this beautiful tree here. You're going to set roots. You are going to grow together. A lot of transformation. There's also transformation coming in both of your lives, and you're going to be able to meet. Is this another dragonfly? This is your twin flame. For most of you, this is a divine counterpart. There's a lot of love here. Some of you could travel to Philly. Some of you could be from Philly. The moon. Definitely, if you want to connect with this person, you can invite them into your dreams. Invite their higher self into your dreams because they'll show up. This is the cross. Someone could have grown up Christian, or their Christianity could be important here. But this is also, again, speaking to the spiritual connection that you both share. And this is angel wings coming together. Yeah, this is a divine counterpart. This is a twin flame. Some of you may know who this person is. Actually, I'm going to do something for this group. For those of you that do know who this person is, I'm going to pull some letters. This is called unsent letters. Only take this if you know who this is, because I feel guided to do this. I'm not going to do this for the other piles, but pile number 2, I want to do this for you because it's coming in. Spirit, for those of my pile number 2s that know who this person is and they're in separation, what would this person say to them? I remember every detail of that day, beautiful moments. And what are you doing tonight? Another quiet night at home, or are you going out? I'm not doing much of anything. This person is thinking about you. If you know who this is, they're definitely thinking about you. They may be coming back sooner than what you think. And things I wish I could tell you, not your fault, truth, move on. This is coming more from their ego self. And underneath that, evasive, I talk to the wind, I talk to the trees, I do not write to you. Yeah. Some of you, this person is avoiding you. If you know who this is, those messages were for you. If you do not know who this is, ignore those. But pile number 2, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next on the channel. I love receiving your suggestions. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Phantom of the Opera sticker. And this is Eric or Phantom and Christine. We are going to place that right there. Mr. Mummy is going to hold it for us. So, as a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. I also did a reading breakdown where I went over everything we are going to cover. I highly suggest checking that out. It is timestamped below. And let's get started. So for this reading, I did your energy, which is meant to be on the left, and your person's energy, which is meant to be on the right. Your person was the only person that got an extra card than what I intended. They flew out. They wanted to be together, so I kept them together. So my intention is that you are on the left, your future spouse is on the right. It could be switched. If you do not identify with the left or the right, just know that this is probably not your pile. Try choosing a different pile, or it just could not be your reading. There may not be a message here for you, and that is okay. So let's get started here. So first we have the lamb, the hawk, and the quiet one. Okay, like that energy for you. Then for your person, we have the dolphin. Okay, I just heard golden retriever. This person may have golden retriever energy. The dragon. It's so funny that I got golden retriever and then we look at the dragon, which is like not golden retriever unless you're thinking about the dragon in like Shrek. Um, and the rabbit. Okay. This is someone who is very fun. Let's see what. Oh. And then we have desire for your person. Okay. So, pile number 3. My intention when I laid out these cards was that this card on the left is meant to represent the energy that you put out, how people see you, kind of your personality, if you will. The energy on the right is more of your hidden aspects. In this case, the dolphin is what people see, and I am taking these two as kind of the hidden aspects for your person. So let's get started. And I want to start with my lamb person. And the lamb is someone who is very gentle. I would say that my lamb person is probably seen as, I almost want to say people underestimate my lamb person. And what's interesting is that we have this cute lamb here, right? But the hidden energies for this person is the hawk. And as someone, I volunteer at a wildlife rehab and I've worked with hawks. Hawks are majestic. They are quite impressive in size, how they carry themselves, how they move. There's something just so majestic about hawks. And the lamb is more gentle, right? So when people see you, they see you as someone who is gentle, as someone who is peaceful. They may see you as someone who is quite small. So you may be physically small, right? Like you may be smaller in stature, in body build. But when people see you, they see you as like this very kind, loving energy. And you are. Pile number 3, my lamb person. If you are the lamb, you are. I'm not saying that you're not. But there is so much more underneath the surface that I think that you end up surprising people. So before we get further into the energies, we have Earth here, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also have air, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius being represented. And we have a little bit of Earth coming through as well. So I want to say, yeah, actually, we already talked about the Earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So a lot of Earth, some fire, some air energy coming through for my lamb person. But my lamb person, people don't realize how much of a badass you are. People don't always realize how powerful you are. So when people meet you, they see this gentle energy, they see this very loving energy, this very compassionate side of you. And again, there's something about you that when people first meet you, they may not necessarily realize how powerful you are. And for my lamb person, you are someone who values peace and harmony. You are someone who values taking care of others, and you can see other people's perspectives quite easily. You can see where other people are coming from. You are quite reserved. This could be someone who is absolutely an introvert. And I think that it's more of you appear to be an introvert. And then when people get to know you, you may start to really show your true self. So some of you could be extroverted. My lamb person is someone who seems to be very quiet. Sometimes you may come across as shy even, but I don't get that that's who you are. I do think for my lamb person, it does take you a little bit of time to really truly show yourself and to feel comfortable being yourself. My lamb person is very, very clairsentient. So you have the gift of clear feeling, but you're also very clairvoyant. For some of you, you have the gift of prophecy, so you can kind of see how things will unfold. This is a person, this lamb person is very intuitive. My lamb person, you are someone, excuse me, pile number 3. My lamb person, you are someone who sees things for what they are. There's something about the third eye You are someone who has a very active third eye. If you are this lamb person, you can see different perspectives. You can see where people are coming from, as I said earlier, where it's not hard for you to relate to other people's experiences. It's also not hard for you to see why someone would act in a certain way or why someone thinks a certain way. And you're very good at respecting other people's points of view. As I said, you're very intuitive. Sometimes for my lamb person, the problem is that you see so much and that you can see so many possibilities that it can be hard to make choices. So this could be, you could be someone that struggles when it comes to making a choice and sticking to it. Just because you can see all the different opportunities that are there, all the different outcomes that can happen. For my lamb person, you are someone who, again, you're very reserved. You keep to yourself. You can open up to people, but in order for you to open up, you have to feel really comfortable. There's something about the way that you speak. You are very intentional, not only with your speech, but with your actions. My lamb person, you are very much grounded in your heart and root chakra. So you operate from the heart and the root chakra. And for my lamb hawk person, there's a lot of messages that you receive from the divine. So you are someone who is very divinely guided. You are able to connect with spirit quite easily. This is for my pile number threes. You probably see a lot of birds around you, especially when you are asking for guidance. I think for you it comes in the way of birds, in the way of like feathers. That's coming through very strongly. And my lamb person, you're someone who knows how to be patient. And you can be very patient with other people. You can hold space for other people. You can be very nurturing towards other people. And one thing I will say about my lamb person is you have a very inner rich world. A rich inner world, I should say. Excuse me. There's a lot that goes on within. There's a lot of imagination here. There's a lot of this. You're someone, if you're the lamb person, you're someone that really truly enjoys your own company. Not everybody can say that. You are very much in touch with your inner child, for my lamb person. Some of you, the archetype of the magical child is very much active, and as well as the wise person. There's a lot of wisdom here. But again, people don't always realize that when they first meet you. You are able to see the bigger picture. You are able to take a step back from your own energy and really see the bigger picture. You can be a bit mysterious at times, or at least you can appear a bit mysterious at times. There's something about you that's very attractive, pile number 3. Whether that is something that is physical or whether that is something that's more about your aura, it's going to be different things for different people, but it's very attractive. It's very magnetic. Now let's talk about your person, because we have the dolphin person here. And as I said, when I started the reading, I just heard golden retriever. So this is someone who is very intelligent. This is someone who is very fun to be around. This is someone who is also very much in tune with their inner child. They really enjoy having a good time. I do feel that your future spouse is very extroverted in nature. And they come across as like, this is someone who can have a conversation with anyone, and this is someone that most people will love. They are very charismatic. They always have a funny story to tell. Like, your person is actually funny. This is someone who is funny without trying to be. This is someone who really enjoys being around other people. They're also very in tune with their emotions. That's coming through very strongly. Like, this is someone who really is in tune with their emotions, and they know how they're feeling. They're not disconnected from themselves. They can be very confident. Some of them do have a little bit of an ego to them because they're very well liked and they're very successful. This is someone who's very successful. This person has the Midas touch. Anything that they touch, anything that they work on does give quite the return back to them. And I do think for many, the dolphin person is quite successful. And this is also someone who's very good at marketing because that's how they make their money. That's how they make their abundance. Again, I do feel this is someone who is very well off financially for most of you. And if they're not, when you meet, at some point, they will be very abundant financially. This person can absolutely be tough when it comes to business dealings. They can be a bit cutthroat when it comes to business dealings. They have a lot of things that they desire. They have a lot of things that they want to accomplish. And they're going for it. This person really does draw in other people. I do feel the dolphin person has dated quite a bit. This is someone who has had their fair share of connections, situationships, relationships, whatever you want to call it. But I don't necessarily feel like this is a player energy because it feels like they're very honest with the people that they connect with. We do have water energy here, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have earth energy here, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I really do feel strong Taurus vibes from this person. There's a lot of strong Venusian vibes from this person as well. So as I was saying, this is someone who they know what they want and they're going to go after it. And they can be a bit cutthroat when it comes to manifesting the things that they want. This person is a lot more sensitive than they appear to be. I will also say that this is someone who they appear to be a lot stronger and a lot more in control than what they feel on the inside, though I do think they've done their fair share of inner work. But there are things that get to them, even though they don't necessarily show it to the outside world. Your person is a talker. They talk quite fast. They really love to talk. There's something about this person that they love to talk. They love to talk and communicate with others. This is someone where if you are dating them, they're probably giving you phone calls. They're not just texting you. They're very good at problem solving. They're very good at listening. And they're very good at picking up what other people want. For some of you, this person is in business for themselves. For others of you, this person could have a job, but I think for the grand majority of you, this person is into investing in some way. This could be stock market. This could be just working in finance. There's something about this person that they invest. They have a very powerful third eye. Again, they're very good at intuiting what people need and want. They can also stay ahead of the market that they're in, so they can, it's almost like they're very good at anticipating what's next. A lot of people are drawn to your person. Again, they have a lot of friends. This is someone who will not struggle when it comes to making friends or finding somebody to talk to. And when it comes to relationships, they have a lot of options. But they're also very good at seeing through people, and they can recognize when someone is trying to use them. They can absolutely recognize when somebody is trying to use them, and they don't like that. They don't like that energy, so they won't enter into relationships with just anyone. I will say this person does. I've said it. They date. They can be in situationships. They can be in. They can just casually date, but they don't really enter into relationships with just anyone. They're always on the go. And once they see what they want, whether it's a person or something that they want to accomplish, they go for it full speed ahead. All right, pile number 3. Let's pull some cards to see what your person could possibly look like. what could your person possibly look like? And this is a general reading, so it might not all resonate for you. Just take the ones that do and leave the rest. All right, for my pile number 3s, what do we have here? So they could have dark brown eyes, or there's something about the way they do have an intense look to them. There's something about their eye. I do think they do have like darker colored eyes for most of you. Long nose, bronzed skin, freckles could be here, and brown skin. So take that as it resonates. And with the freckles, I'm also getting that there could be a beauty mark or something on their skin. It doesn't necessarily have to be freckles that will stand out to you about this person. But there's something about their eye, because I'm seeing a lot of eyes, and there's something very warm about the eyes, but also something very intense about their eyes. All right, let's take a look at how you will connect, how you will meet this person. The Empress. Page of Pentacles. The Sun. Wow, okay. So pile number 3, you're going to meet this person when both of you are having fun. I do feel this is a connection that comes together in the real world, if you'd like to say it that way. But this doesn't feel like something that comes together online. This feels like there is an event. This could be a concert. This could be a bar. This could be a outdoors festival, a circus. Is that still a thing? I don't know why I just got circus. For some of you, this could be like a spa. This feels very summery to me. This feels very spring, summer when you meet this person. Some of you could be at like a farmer's market. The day that you meet this person, when this person comes into your life, you are fully focused on yourself, and it is a beautiful day. Like the actual day that you meet this person, it's going to be a beautiful day. This could be like the physical day, that it's a sunny, bright day, or this could be that you are having a good day, just being, existing. Like things are just flowing and you meet this person. For some of you, there's something about maybe meeting this person at like a gardening supply store. Yeah, for some of you, this could be a festival as well. This feels very outdoors. Pile number 3. Apple picking? I don't, like something picking fruit. Something about farmers markets is coming through, or like pick your own. Some of you could meet this person, like you go somewhere to do an event and this person is there to participate in an event. For someone here, it could be a wine tasting. There's something about being outdoors and it being a very beautiful day and you're doing something that's very fun. But regardless of the actual where, this is about you being in a place, both of you, being in a place where you're just having fun, you are just enjoying your day, and there's nothing really out of the ordinary other than you're kind of doing something. This feels like I am actively doing something when we meet. Some of you, it could be a hike with this card here. At a park, a vineyard. If it's like a bar or a restaurant, it has an outdoor seating area. You could meet this person at like a sporting event as well. Let's take a look at the timelines here. Let's take a look at any timelines. To me, this feels very spring, summertime. Leo season could be significant. See what else we get. Bottom of the deck, Cancer. Yes, that would be June to July. That feels right. Respect your feelings for weeks, for months. And different things for different people, so take it as it resonates. Then we have Virgo, August to September, and we have harvest the crop. There's something about a harvest. There's something about, it's like spring, summer. 6 weeks, 6 months. And then we have Aries here with March to April, and it says employ pioneering spirit, 1 week, 1 month. And then we have Aquarius, which is January to February, and it says give a fresh impetus with 11 weeks, 11 months. I do feel this is going to be a timeless reading. So if you're coming across this, take this as a time frame. As I'm recording this, it's October 2024. I do feel there is about... for many of you, I do think 2025 to 2026 is very significant, especially spring to summer. For some of you, it could be between Aquarius and Aries season, but I'm feeling for most of you, it would be like... I would say like between June and September. But let's take a look at the first impression. So what is their first impression of you and your first impression of them? So their first impression of you. Queen of Wands. Wow. Okay, I love it. And the King of Swords. Okay, this person is going to be feeling you. Pile number 3. What is your first impression of them? 8 of Swords. Page of Wands. Okay, I love it. So when this person meets you, their first impression of you, first of all, they are super impressed. They are captivated, pile number 3. They see you as someone who is very, very smart. They see you as someone who is very bright. They absolutely see you as beautiful. They see you as someone who is very attractive. They are attracted to you when they first meet you. They also see you as very independent, and they can tell that you are different than the usual type of people that they are used to dealing with, especially when it comes to their intimate connections, their, romantic relationships. They can see that you are different from what they are used to. And for some of you, I'm almost hearing like it's interesting because they see the fire within you. And we don't even have fire energy here, but they see the fire within you. They see you as someone who's very creative. There's something about the way that you speak or the way that you express yourself that's really going to stand out and captivate them as well. I really feel for my pile number 3s, you are very witty, and you may have almost like a dry, sarcastic sense of humor, and they're not very used to having people keep up with them and banter with them. And I do feel when you meet them, part of their first impression is realizing like, okay, this person could give me a run for my money. And what's interesting is that you're not gonna be as taken with them as they are with you. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely attraction here. There's definitely okay, I noticed this person is really handsome. But I almost also feel that for my pile number 3s, when you see this person, you're gonna see past their persona. Like, this is someone where they're very good at showing their dolphin energy to the world, because I do think for my pile number 3s, 99% of you are the lamb and your person is going to be the dolphin. But regardless, you're going to see past the presentation that they put out. And you're going to be able to see that there's more to them than meets the eye. And for my pile number 3s, that's going to kind of bring in some question marks for you. Do I want to, what is this person about? That's kind of the vibe. What are you really about? Because I see what you're putting out, but I see there's more underneath the surface. And that's part of what captivates them. Because they're not used to someone kind of really seeing them for who they are. And I really think this dolphin person is used to getting what they want in a very easy way, especially when it comes to people. They're very good at reading people. They're very good at being intuiting what people think and need. And you're not necessarily going to fall for that in the way everybody else does. But again, there's attraction here. But you also see them as someone who's a little bit immature at first. Because this person sees you as the Queen of Wands. You see them as the Page of Wands. So you're seeing them as a little bit more immature than what they're seeing you as. But I do think you also recognize that they are very fun, very childlike. Like I said, this person, this dolphin person has golden retriever energy. If you know, you know. But you're going to see their confidence. You're going to see how outgoing they are, how fun they are. You're going to see how just ready for adventure they are, because this is someone who is just ready for adventure. But you're going to see there's more underneath the surface than that. And I think for some of my pile number 3s, there's almost a sense of confusion, because it's like, I know what I'm seeing on the outside, but I'm also, I know what I'm feeling. I know that I'm feeling that there's way more here. And I do think you're going to be more cautious than they're going to be when they meet you. Because when they meet you, they're captivated. When you meet them, there's that interest level. But again, you're not exactly sure what it is that you're picking up. And I will say for my pile number 3s, I feel that your person is going to be the one pursuing you. I really feel this is going to be a case where this person is the one pursuing you. They may ask for your number. They may try to talk to you. And I think you're going to kind of, you may kind of just not be so sure and make them work for it. And you know what? I love that pile number 3. Make them work for it. Again, this person, you're not what they usually expect or what they usually encounter. They find you very, very attractive. They're going to find you very, very attractive, pile number 3. Let's take a look at what they will love about you and what you will love about them. So we have 2 and 2. So let's see what they will love about you. Knight of Swords. Yeah. This person, 6 of Cups. So let's see. What else we have? What you will love about them. The 7 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Wands. Okay. So what this person is going to love about you is going to be your mind. Now, this person absolutely finds you gorgeous. They are very physically attractive to you. There is a lot of steamy, sensual connection here, if you will. I have to be careful what I say on YouTube. But there's so much more than that. And this person is going to love how accomplished you are. This person is going to love that you are your own person, that you are not a follower, that you do not follow what they say blindly. Because I will say, this dolphin person is used to people just bending to their will, especially when it comes to romantic partners. And I want to say for some of them, they're used to the other person being the chaser and they are the one being chased. Not necessarily that this person is a runner, because I don't get that, but they're used to kind of being fawned over. And they are going to love your independent spirit. They are going to love your strength, your courage. They are going to love how determined you are. They're going to love that you have your own life, because I will say for my pile number 3s, You have your own interest. You are very independent. And even when you are in a relationship, you are able to keep your independence. And that is something that this person's really going to love about you. It's not going to be just about the other person. It's, let's support each other. This person is going to love that you're their soulmate, that you are their better half, their other half, if you will. And I think that this person is going to recognize very early on that you are soulmates, that you are, for some of you, even divine counterparts, but at the very least, you fit quite well. You mesh quite well. They're going to love how much of a playful energy you have, pile number 3. And I don't think you show that playfulness to just anyone, but you're going to have a very playful energy with this person. You have a very soft energy to you, and we talked about that because, as I said, many of you, if not all of you, are going to be the lamb. There's a very soft energy to you. It's like you're strong, but you're also very soft and cuddly and loving, and they're going to love that about you. Now, when it comes to what you love about your person, let's talk about it. Because we have the 7 of Pentacles and we have the 4 of Wands. So you are going to love how successful they are. I think you are really, truly going to admire this person and their success and how far they've come and what they're able to accomplish. I also think you're going to admire how their mind works, how they're able to work around any obstacles that come their way. You are going to love how reliable they are because this is going to be someone who is very reliable. You are going to love that they are not someone who gives up easily, not only in life in general, but in the relationship. This is someone that once they commit to you, they're going to do the work. They're going to put forth the effort. They're not going to walk away from this. They're not going to run away from this. You're going to love their exciting energy. There's something about their energy that's very exciting. That almost vibrates with excitement and buzzing energy. It's like they have just so much energy to spare. You are going to love their courageous spirit. This is someone who is always willing to try something new. For some of you, you're going to have a lot of adventures with this person and you're going to love that. And you're going to feel very protected by this dolphin person. For many of you, this person comes with a big circle of friends that you are going to love as well because they're going to become like your friends and family. There is a lot of attraction here. For this group, there's a lot of earth energy, and that to me translates to a lot of sensuality. Like this is someone who really focuses on your needs in all areas of life, but also when it comes to intimacy. And I think for some of my pile number 3s, that's going to be something new. Or at the very least, something that doesn't come around as often or hasn't come around as often for you. You're going to love how decisive they are. Like this isn't someone who needs a lot of time to make decisions. They are very confident in their decisions. And once they decide on something, they go for it full speed ahead. There's something very infectious about your person when it comes to their energy and how they view the world, and you're going to love that because they're really going to lift you up. Pile number 3, and you're going to do that for them as well. For some of you, there's something about the way that they dress that's very attractive to you. Something about their, I'm seeing biceps. For this, something about the arms, biceps, could be the hands for this group. All right, let's take a look at signs and synchronicities that you will see when they are near. What to be on the lookout for? Wow, Four of Wands again. Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, you are actively going to help and manifest this. This could be candle magic. This could be affirmations. This could be spell work. This could be working with herbs, aromatherapy. This could quite literally be the moon cycles where you are working with the moon phases to bring this person in. For some of you, you have a deity that you work with that is going to help you bring this person in. This could be you working with your higher self. And for some of you, how this is going to come together is that you're going to feel the call, right? Part of the signs and synchronicities is you're feeling the call to be more active in your pursuit of this. Some of you will see feathers when you are about to meet this person. Some of you will see numbers. I'm getting 222, 444, 888. For some of you, you're just going to intuitively feel this person coming. For others of you, you're going to be celebrating something. There's going to be an accomplishment right before this person comes in. You could even be celebrating that accomplishment when you meet this person. Like you could be out specifically celebrating something when you come across this person and when you meet this person. For a few of you, there's going to be new friends coming in around the same time you're going to meet this person. If you have a creative project, you could reach a milestone in that creative project, and that's when this person comes in. Some of you are going to see more animal visitors when this person is about to come in. Be on the lookout if you see like rabbits. Obviously the hawk, eagle, crow, raven, blue jays. Different areas have different native birds, but be on the lookout for seeing more birds than usual. Feathers and bunnies. All right, let's take a look at why haven't you met? What's taking so long? And not only why haven't you met, but how can you speed up the process? How can you help the process along? So why haven't you met? Six of Cups, the Hierophant. And how to speed up the process, we have the Chariot and the Hermit. Okay, let's talk about it. So, pile number 3. Why you haven't met this person. This is going to play out in different ways for some of you. For some of you, you haven't met this person because you could be holding on to someone from your past. This could be someone that you were in a long-term connection with. This could be someone that you thought was going to be the one, and it just never played out the way that you wanted it to. This could be quite literally someone that you did have a long-term relationship with that you married and you're divorcing. There could be a divorce here, so this could be part of that reason. But there's the overall energy here with the Hierophant and the Six of Cups is that you have not met this person because there are some beliefs that are still being worked through. And it's going to kind of be two piles, actually, two groups in this message. For some of you, you're quite literally still getting over a connection, or you were in a connection, or you were dealing with someone else. And that is quite literally why you have not met this person, because you had to have the space. You weren't looking, you weren't available, you were still dealing with that. For others of you, this is more of you haven't met this person because certain belief systems, certain limiting beliefs, I should say, of what could be. And I think for those of you that resonate with this message, there could have been like maybe in your childhood you grew up with parents that were not together, or the relationships that you were seeing around you were not the most healthy. So there may be a belief of this, what I seek, what I want is not quite available to me. And if that's the case, you haven't met this person because you're working through this. I will also say, for this group, it could also be your person that is dealing with these limitations. It could be them that they were going through a breakup. It could be them that they're still working through what they want. Because I will say for this group, the dolphin person definitely was keeping busy for a while, if you know what I mean. So it could be quite literally that it's also on their side and not your side. But my intention when I picked the cards was to speak about your side. Now, what can you do to speed this process along? And we have the Chariot and the Hermit card. And for some of you, this is quite literally saying, go out. Put yourself out there. Get out more. Now, does this mean you have to get out with the intention of meeting your person? No, not necessarily. This just means, you're probably not going to meet your person if you just go to work every single day and then come home and stay home. You have to make yourself available, right? You have to go out, live your life, and understand that your person is going to catch up to you and you're going to both come into each other's lives. For others of you, this is really speaking to making the decision of what it is that you want. And I will say for some of you, it's a little bit of both. And I do think for this group, it's important to make the decision and say, this is what I want. Because I do feel some of you could be very up and down, back and forth, white and black. I want this relationship. I want to meet my person. I don't want to get hurt. There's nobody out there for me. But I want this relationship and I want to experience love. But it's not coming, so it's not meant for me. This is really talking to, if you want to speed this up, make a choice and stick to it. Decide on what you want. Surrender it to the universe and understand that it's going to come your way. But again, you can't say you want a relationship. And for example, if you work from home and you do your shift and then you stay home all day, unless it's the UPS person who's bringing the package and knocking on your door, and most of the time now, at least for me, they leave the package outside, it would be very hard to actually encounter someone. Because for this group, I do feel this is someone you run into when you are out in the world. And even if you are, if you just feel like, that's not my case, I want to try online dating, do the thing. Put yourself out there. Put down the phone. I'm also seeing this for some of you when you're out. Engage with your environment. Because if somebody sees you and they want to approach you and you appear unapproachable and you appear so busy and you're not looking around and you're not engaging, it could be possible that this person sees you and they don't want to bother you. So for this group, in order to speed up the process, it's do what you're guided to do. Follow your intuition. Have fun. Live your life. And I know that sounds cliche, but that's what's coming in here. And get out. Get out there, do the things that you are called to do. And if you feel like you're called to try something or do something, do it. And for some of you, if you have been trying online dating and it's not working for you and you feel very hopeless with it, I really do think making the effort to meet people the more traditional way or in person could be how you meet this person. But let's see their message, their higher self's message to you. We have the Four of Quills. We have the Lord of Candlesticks. And we have the Herb. This group, it's crazy because I used so many different tarot decks and you keep getting the same exact cards pretty much. The Hermit, the Hermit. Earlier we had it again. Like, you keep getting a lot of the same energies here. It's interesting that we have the Hermit. Your person's higher self is saying it's time to get out. It's time to re-engage yourself with your life. And the same is true for them. But I do feel that your person is already out there and living their life. And this is their higher self encouraging you to put yourself out there. To give yourself permission to get out of bed. For some of you, there's something about you're just in the house. You're not really going out. You're not really exploring. You're just doing whatever it is that you need to do and you're coming home. And then when you do go out, you're perhaps not as present in the present moment when you are out. Like, this could be a group where you're scrolling through your phone and you're not really taking... It's like you're not taking in your surroundings. Your person's higher self is really encouraging you to view yourself for who you are. Because for some of you, I don't necessarily think that you always see yourself as the beautiful human being that you are. You're being encouraged to step out of your comfort zone. You are being encouraged to get out. I really keep getting that for this group. Get out. And it doesn't have to be every single day, but maybe a couple times a month. Go out. And it doesn't have to be like I'm going to go to a bar. It can be like I'm going to go to the coffee shop. If you're somebody who does like your grocery shopping online and you get it delivered, maybe it's time to go to that supermarket. Maybe it's time to go to that place. If you usually do the drive-thrus, maybe walk into the store. That's what's coming through. That's what their higher self is saying to you. And their higher self is really saying follow your heart as well. And there's a lot of romance that you will experience with your person if you allow yourself to. For some of you, there's also a message here about romanticizing and bringing more romance into your own life. Because right now, things may be feeling very dull. And it's like, just spark some... For some of you, read like a little romance novel, watch a little Hallmark movie, something about just bringing the hope back in. Let's take a look at the messages here. So first we have passion. Wow. Pile number 3. Get out. Turn this video off. Actually, finish watching it because there's still just a little bit longer left. But once you are done, plan something. Get out. Don't be afraid to do something on your own either. Pile number 3. And obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. And that's what you're working on. You're working on removing the obstacles. Take a look at what else we have. Soulmate. Yes, this person is your soulmate. Your connection is sacred. So confirmation that your person is out there. There is a person out there for you. We have pay attention to the red flags. Know the signs of what an unhealthy connection looks like. And I also think this is talking to your own red flags and to the own obstacles that you place in your way. And setting boundaries with yourself. See what else we have here. Actions speak louder than words. If you want to know what someone is feeling, watch what they are doing. And pile number 3, because we did touch on possibly there being another person and it's kind of coming back. For those of you that resonates, don't pay attention to what people are saying. Pay attention to what people are doing. Because I will say, pile number 3, your person... they're not just talk. They're going to do the thing. Whatever it is that they tell you they're going to do the thing. And that's why it was so important for me to say that, because for most of you, the dolphin is the person coming in for you. that this dolphin person, they can be a little bit, they can play some games in the sense of they like to keep some connections very lighthearted and very detached. But trust and believe the other person knows that that's the case. So if there is someone in your life that kind of plays games and they're not very honest and they're not very clear and they just talk, 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 this is not your future spouse. I picked some chakra cards. You actually got an extra one. So let's see what we have for you. So we have the third eye chakra with labradorite, and it says dreams. Dreams are where your mind translates the divine. Get clear about what you want, pile number 3. And once you choose it, stick to it. Don't talk because for some of you, there's almost an energy of, I want this, but if I allow myself to fully believe in this and I don't get it, I'm going to be so disappointed. So there's almost like I want this, but if it doesn't happen, it's okay. No, you want this. Commit to it. Then we have the third eye chakra with fluorite, and it says destiny, follow your instincts. They lead to the truth, and they're going to lead you to your person too. And then we have, wow, all 3 of your cards are with the third eye. With amethyst and intuition. Intuition is the little tug that pulls you toward your light. For many of you, in order to meet this person, it's going to be about you allowing it to happen and you following your intuition and you trusting the process. And also you trusting what you want and that you want it for a specific reason. But we are going to pull some charms to end this from the Love is Eternal little, I don't know what this is. Little whatever. Let's see what we get. All right. First, okay, these are together. This is going to be a very grounding relationship for you. This is going to be an anchor for you. And I do feel that you're both going to offer an anchor for each other. Because I do feel that you both would benefit from having someone ground you and being available to you in different ways. The infinity symbol. This is kind of giving like the red string of fate. I will say for my pile number 3s, you are at the very least fated to meet this person, and I do feel you've had past lives with them before. There's going to be a lot of romance here. We have the Eiffel Tower, a lot of romance. For some of you, a lot of traveling. France can be very significant, so can Paris. We have the flamingo. I do feel that you and this dolphin person are going to travel. You're going to have a good time. For some of you, this is very specific. Only take it if it resonates, but you can have a destination wedding, like a beach wedding. What else do we have here? The heart with the flower. I do feel your person is going to be very romantic, and I think they were going to show their romance through, like, this is someone who's like very flowers and chocolates and that type of thing. What do we have here? The triangle. To me, this is also speaking of breaking free. With the triangle here, it could be on your side or their side, but there could be a level of this hasn't come together because of another person. We did talk about that. We have the starfish. A lot of beachy themes for this group. I do feel you can enjoy like traveling to the beach. You can live near the beach. We did talk about meeting outdoors, so you could meet near a body of water. For some of you, a cruise is very significant here. Butterfly, this is going to help you both transform. Look at the acorn. A lot of, for some reason, I keep getting animals for this group, and with this acorn, this is a very grounded and abundant connection. What do we have here? We have a little, I believe this is the dove. So a lot of love, a lot of sincerity. And then we have the feather, angels watching over this connection, but also a lot of birds. I did say that being one of the signs when this person is near is going to be feathers and birds and more visitors. For some of you, it's going to be a bird coming actually up to your window and like pecking at it. I'm actually getting that, like a smaller bird pecking at it. But pile number 3, that is what I have for you. I hope this resonates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That would help me so much. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now.